Hello everyone and welcome to this class. Today we will be looking at drawing semibreves and minims on the staff. So at the end of the class, it is expected that every pupil should be able to identify the semibreve and minim. They should be also able to draw the semibreve and minim into a staff. So as some sort of review, let's quickly take a look at the semibreve and minim again. We know that they are both the first and second symbols used in showing note value are the semibreve and the minim. And of course, this is what the semibreve looks like, and this is what a minim looks like. The semibreve is simply a symbol that instructs you to play a note that is 4 bits long. The semibreve is also known as a whole note, and of course, we already know again, this is what it looks like. The minim, on the other hand, instructs you to play a note that is 2 bits long. The minim is also known as the half note. But this time around, the minim can be written like this, as if it has the right side up, and can also be written as though it were written upside down. So let's take a look at how to draw the semibreve in detail. The semibreve basically has an oval shaped note head. So when you draw the semibreve, that's all you need to draw. You need to draw an oval shaped note head. Now when we draw semibreves, we can draw that oval shaped note head either on a line of the staff or on a space of the staff. So when you want to draw a semibreve on a staff, you can go ahead and draw its note head on a line of that staff or on a space of the staff. So let's take a quick look at what it entails. When you draw note heads on the spaces of a staff, then that note head must touch the line that is above and below. So here you can see I have a note head that is drawn on the third space of the staff. I hope you remember that we count the lines and spaces from the bottom to the top. So the spaces will go 1, 2, and then 3. So we have a note head on that third space, and as you can see, it's touching the line above and below, just like that. Make sure it touches the line above and below. Okay, suppose I want to draw another one on space 1. I come to space 1, the region between those two lines, and I go ahead and I begin to draw my note head. Make sure it touches the line above and the line below, and there you have a semibreve that is drawn on a space. Okay, quickly we are going to take a look at what it means to draw a semibreve on a line. Semibreves that are drawn on the lines of a staff must be divided into 2 halves. They must be divided into 2 parts. Okay, and as you can see, I have a line here, and you can see that note head that is divided into 2 equal portions by that line. Again, I hope we remember that we'll count the lines and spaces from the bottom to the top. So let's count the lines. This will be line 1, this will be 2, this will be 3, this will be 4, and this will be 5. Okay, so right here we have a semibreve that is drawn on line 4. Assuming I want to draw another semibreve, another note head on line 1, I'm going to go to line 1, and then I'll draw an oval shaped note head, and I'll make sure that line 1 divides the note head into 2 equal parts. So basically, that's how you draw a semibreve. That's how you draw a note head on the staff. Remember that you can draw note heads either on lines of the staff or on the spaces of the staff. Quickly, if I were to recap on that, I want to draw a note head on the first space here. So I'll go ahead and make sure that it touches the line above, and the line below. Okay, I made a slight mistake. I'm going to correct this. Make sure it touches the line above, and sorry about that, the line below. That's a rough one, but we'll get the idea. I want to draw a note head on the third line. So I'll go to the third line and make sure that that third line divides my note head into 2 parts. Okay, so that's what it means to draw a note head on a line. I want to draw another note head on a space, say the third space, and this is what it will look like. Note head on a space, note head on a line, note head on a space, and so on and so forth. That's how we draw semibreves. Let's take a quick look at drawing minims. Okay, now it gets more interesting here. The minim has 2 parts. He has an oval shaped note head, just like a regular semibreve. But it also has a stem. The stem is this part that looks like a pole that is attached to the note head. So when we draw minims, we have to do it in two parts as well, because the minim has two parts. First of all, we have to draw the note head, and then we draw the stem. So when we draw minims, we have to draw its note head first, and then we go ahead and draw its stem. The note heads of minims can also be drawn on a line or the space of a staff, just like we had with semibreves. We can also draw the note head of the minim on any line or any space of the staff. Okay, and this is what it looks like. Assuming that this is the note head of the minim, then this one would be on a space, and this one right here will be on a line. Now let's look at how to attach the stems to it. Okay, for note heads that are drawn above the middle line of the staff, the stem will trail downwards from the left hand side of the note head. Okay, so let's look for that middle line. Okay, on this staff here, the middle line should be line number 3. Let's just cross check that right here. Remember that we'll count the lines from the bottom to the top. So I have line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, and then line 5. Okay, now it says that for note heads that are drawn above line 3, look at this note head, is above line 3. What will happen to it? The stem will go downwards from the left side of the note. So you see this stem going downwards to touch line 3 and even go beyond line 3, and it's going down from the left hand side of the note head. This is the left hand side and this is the right hand side. So that's how you attach a stem. Let's look at this other option here. It says for note heads that are drawn below the middle line, let's check if this is actually below the middle line. I'll have line 1 here, line 2, line 3, line 4, line 5. Okay, so you see the middle line is line 3 and the note head is below. Okay, so for note heads that are below the middle line, what will happen to them? Okay, it says the stem will go upwards from the right hand side of the note head. Okay, so this time around my stem will go upwards. Remember, this is the left, this is right. It will go upwards from the right hand side. So it starts from here and begins to go upwards to touch line 3 and even go beyond line 3. In any case, whatever you find your note head, your stem must always touch line 3. Okay, so basically that's how we attach stems to note heads. If I were to draw more minims for you, assuming I want to draw on this line, first of all I'll draw the note head on a line like that. Make sure that the line divides the note head into 2, and then I'll draw a stem going upwards to touch line 3 from the right hand side. Okay, touch line 3 and go up. That's how you draw a minim. Suppose I want to draw one on this space here. I'll start with my note head. Make sure that the note head touches the line above and below, and then because this note head is below line 3, okay, I'm going to draw the stem upwards to touch line 3 and probably even go beyond line 3. Let's say I have another minim on line 5 right here. So I'm going to draw my note head on line 5, and this time my stem will go downwards, but from the left hand side. It will go down to touch line 3 and go beyond. See that? Suppose I have another minim on this space here. Okay, my note head will touch the line above and below, and my stem will go downwards to touch line 3 and so on and so forth. So it's that simple. That's how we draw minims on a staff. In summary, the symbols that are used to show note value, the first one of them is the semibreve, and it has a time value of 4 bits. The second one is the minim, and it has a time value of 2 bits. Okay, we said that when we draw minims, we have to start with the note heads and then draw the stems. Okay, note heads can either be drawn on a line like we have here, or they can be drawn on spaces. And for note heads that are above line 3, the stem will go downwards. For note heads that are below line 3, the stem will go up.